Jill Duggar-Dillard's new tell-all book, Counting the Cost, is stirring up plenty of controversy for the Duggar family, as well as the Institute of Basic Life Principles, the religious group the famous family belongs to. While nearly all of the Duggars have stayed silent on Jill's book, her little sister Joy Duggar-Forsyth and Joy's husband Austin Forsyth recently released a new video in which they talk about Jill's book, as well as where they stand in the IBLP below. The Ashley has recapped the most interesting parts of the video for you. Jill's new tell-all, which was released last week, has been getting a lot of attention from the press, but very little from the Duggar family. Aside from Jinger Duggar-Vuolo and her husband Jeremy Vuolo, who praised Jill and voiced their support during a recent TV show interview, none of Jill's other siblings have spoken publicly about the book. Joy and Austin were asked in the Q&A if they plan to read Counting the Cost. "I will read Jill's book," Joy answered, with Austin chiming in that he plans to read it too. "I read Jinger's book, I'll read Jill's book," Joy said. "If your family member wrote a book about your family, would you read it?" Austin asked the video's viewers. "Duh, I'm gonna read it. I want to know what it's about. I want to know what she has to say," Joy added. Of course, whether or not Joy, who was basically raised by Jill as one of her buddies, is on good terms with Jill currently is unknown. In a recent interview with Salon, Jill stated that she plans on giving her family space following the release of her book. "Right now is one of those seasons that are very hard," she said. "Even though I'm excited about my book launch, it's hard because a lot of what I talk about in my story is very personal, and it's a lot about people that I love, and I do love my family. I do want that to be apparent that I still love them." When asked if he and Joy are still part of the IBLP, Austin insisted that they never were members of the group after he and Joy got married. "We started distancing ourselves from those functions," Austin said, adding that, even before he and Joy got hitched in 2017, they had already decided they didn't want to be associated with the controversial religious organization that Austin and Joy had both grown up in. "We'd always talked about, when we were dating, that we weren't gonna use their literature or stuff like that," Austin said. "So just kind of distanced ourselves." Joy, who was looking down and somewhat uncomfortable while Austin answered the question, then added that they wanted to have our own relationship with the Lord.